Today we're looking at the SmarterFresh SF-SS10H stainless steel bidet. Here's what came in the box. We've got a hose, a T-valve, the spray head, a holster assembly along with some hardware to go with it, and some instructions. Everything you see is stainless steel except for this right here. It looks like stainless steel, but it's really just plastic. But we'll see here. Let's put it together and see what happens. This T-valve is made out of brass, and it's got a beautiful chrome finish. Well, the holster assembled very nicely. It came with a screw and a nut. And basically I used a Phillips head screwdriver and put those two screws in. And they actually screwed into the metal without the nuts, and then I put the nuts on and tightened the nuts up with a 7mm socket. Now, one thing to remember is on this holster, it's slightly tapered. We want to have the larger end going up the way I have it pictured right here, the larger end up. Screwed this small blue piece of plastic off the end, and you can see the inside. This hose, I don't know, it doesn't feel super strong, but it seems to be well crimped on the end. I attach this end to the sprayer, and I tighten it down as tightly as I could. The spray nozzle seems to fit on the holster very snugly. The first step is we locate the water cutoff valve. You can see it right down here, and we turn it off. So now the water's turned off, and I flush the toilet, and I'm holding the handle down. Notice I'm holding the handle down. I'm making sure there's no more water in the bowl, and the bowl is now empty. So we can see the water supply going into the back of the toilet, and you can see there's a nut up there. It's a little, I hope this camera's getting it. Anyway, there's a little nut, we unscrew that, and I can usually unscrew these with my fingers, or you can use I have a pair of pliers right here. That might be good. But what that attaches to is, you see this big tall thing here. This is the water valve, inlet water valve. Here we are. I unscrewed the inlet valve. It came off very easy. I could twist it with my fingers, although maybe a bit large pair of pliers would help you out. I had a little reservoir in here because there's a little bit of water, a little bit of dripping, although it would dry up. I want to show where this thing came from. You can see the inlet valve, and you can see there's a nut right there. Sometimes that nut isn't done very tightly, and the whole valve assembly can rotate. So let's take a look at this inlet valve. You can see it right here. The way this thing works is when the water fills up in the tank, the float comes up and it turns off the valve. So sometimes that thing can rotate when you're putting on the new T-valve, or when you're taking off the old thing. Maybe you can tighten it from the bottom. If anything breaks or anything leaks, remember, all these parts you see in here are easy to come by and easy to replace. You can go down to the hardware store, you can buy a new inlet valve, you can buy a new flapper valve, you can buy this whole new assembly, you can buy a new rod, you can buy all this stuff. Really, really cheap, and it's very easy to replace, so don't worry about breaking anything. If you have any problems, just take the old junk out, throw it away, and buy new stuff at the hardware store for $10. So I took off the little plastic cover and this little blue thing here, and this is where the other end of the hose would go to on this T-valve here. This coupling nut goes up to the filler valve on the bottom of the toilet, and this is right here, hooks up to where that flexible hose came off from. So basically to do this, I got like a small or a large adjustable wrench, crescent wrench, and we'll snug this thing up, and we'll put it on right now. I would like to point out the T-valve here. You can see there's the coupling nut up here. You can see the nice black rubber ring in there. That's what's going to seal the water at the top. And then the part that goes on the bottom of the T-valve is right here. You can see these parts have a nice big rubber thing. And if you can see how I've got a nice flexible stainless steel hose. If you've got some old piece of crap pipe here, some old chrome-plated copper thing with a weird looking thing, just replace it. Buy a brand new stainless steel braided hose. They're really cheap and really easy to come by. I've got a number of these, And this toilet was the worst I've ever done. Anyway, it was really, really difficult getting in here. I had a hard time tightening up everything. Now, one of the pitfalls, you have to make sure when you put that top coupling nut on that you don't cross-thread it. It's really easy. If for some reason the way it's a really big hole like that, and the way the threads are, it's really easy to get it cross-threaded. Anyway, the water's on. You make sure that there's no leaks. You can see it here, and in the back, there's the valve. I got the valve all the way on, and I find that the more pressure, the better. And here we go. Here's take a look at it. Take a look at the holster. See how nice and attractive that is. Comes out of there pretty easily. Here we are. It's all installed. You can take a better look at it. Looks pretty good. I kind of bent the metal in to where it fit a little tighter up in there. Let's take a look at it in action here. Let me open up the toilet. We'll take this thing off. Well, that's a lot. Anyway, you can turn the valve. By the way, that was on all the way. And you can turn the valve to regulate that. You can make it go fast or slow or whatever. Here we go. It's off all the way. Turn out low. We can put medium high. Here's full on. Full on. Let me just do a little bit lower. Yeah, right about there is good. I have found a really strong strain is kind of nice. Here's the CleanSpa CSL-40 that I previously bought for comparison. And about they're both almost identical with a plastic hanger here. But it's actually a very nice high quality plastic hanger, and actually probably does a slightly better job than the stainless steel one. The heads are about the same. Well, this is more of a polished shiny one, where the other one has more of a brushed stainless steel appearance. But otherwise, they're pretty much identical units. I got this because I wanted a top quality stainless steel unit, and SmarterFresh has come through.